problem. And another thing which I want to mention here is why not we go a little bit more aggressively and a little bit more and enlarge the programs which FDR did. And if it is not for FDR, you know, the country would be, I don't know where it would. And
so essentially what you believe we have to do is to build on the New Deal, you see, and not to come up with something that is different, but to simply expand what has happened.
It's a lot more than the New Deal of FDR, and so a lot more credit should be available, a lot more. And you should not, see, unfortunate thing in the early period was even the inflation. The prices have gone up, you know, because number of these major manufacturing industries in this country are oligopolies. That means only few companies control the major share of the industries. So that means they are not going down in prices even though there isn't enough demand for their products. So whoever buys that, they are going to pay this high price, which automatically creates.
In other words, there's no competition. Is that what we're saying?
There is no competition. Unfortunately, our country, of course, we always say we are always very proud of our economic system, which is the capitalistic society where individual freedom and all that. But the thing is, at the same time, when these few companies are manipulating or holding the price lines a lot higher than what the people can afford to pay, which causes enormous amount of inflation. They cannot have other things, you know, because of the prices increase.
You know, but and one thing, Dr. Perachuri, over the last couple of minutes before we leave today, say something about some of these extraordinary salaries that these individuals were getting, and how that might impact upon what we're doing now.
It was a number of the mistaken policies of these executives have created enormous problems for all these financial institutions and these different corporations. And here they also have golden parachutes, as we call them, where a number of these executives, senior executives, were getting enormous amount of bonuses and big packages for their retirement. And I remember one top executive, without naming, he is going to get about $63.5 million for that company, which is failing pretty miserably. And it's not just one company. Look at all these different institutions. And every one of them had a nice golden parachute packages, which would take away the investors' money, basically. And while they are suffering losses, these people are still getting those packages. And that's why in this particular program, of this bailout program, one of the most important thing is they have put a clause, especially to the bankers, for example. They have said, look, you cannot give any of these
golden
parachutes, you do not have to honor them, because they were the ones who messed up these companies.
And so even though there might be some kind of agreement or some kind of contract within the corporation, the government is essentially saying that
you go back on that. And I don't know legally how good it is, but I think one of the most important thing Secretary Paulson and Bernanke and Baird said was, one of the major conditions, one of the most important condition is that these chief executives or their senior level executives should not have any packages until the companies
make some kind of profit in reference to what they're doing. And of course, Dr. Perachuri, we're ending the last few seconds of this show for today, and we want to thank you for bringing again that excellent information, and it does give us some idea in terms of where we ought to go and how we are trying to make it there, and we certainly appreciate you for that. And of course, let us also encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments, so that they too might be more informed in reference to what is going on. Thank you and good morning.